Hey, beautiful people, let's talk about the lunar eclipse that is happening tomorrow. There is some pretty cool energy that is floating around in the air at the moment, and I wanted to talk about some of the main themes of this particular lunar eclipse. It is definitely the ending of a cycle, of course, because it's a full moon, but it is in the sign of Taurus, which is very practical earth sign. And Taurus, because it is earthy, this has a lot to do with physical things, with material things. So it has to do with, um, relationships, physical relationships. It also has to do with our finances, our money, our work, our role in the world, how we show up in the world. So there's a lot of different kind of elements that are being touched on for this specific lunar eclipse, but more than anything, it's about truly ending some cycles, ending some really big, real cycles in your life, cycles that you have been aware of for quite some time that needed ending, that needed closing out, um, things that we have full awareness of at this point, of how it doesn't serve us. We know it doesn't serve us. This could be people, places, things, habits, ways of thinking. So these are very obvious, okay? There's nothing mysterious about it. It's something that you already know. It's something that you already have within you. You have awareness of it. And you've known for some time that you need to change it. Maybe you just didn't have the courage to change it. Maybe you didn't have the willpower to change it. Maybe you didn't have the right mindset to change it. Well, this lunar eclipse is going to help you to change it because it is going to eclipse something out of your life. It wants to eclipse out something from your life that is just not serving. It is keeping you stuck, stagnant, preventing you from moving forward, and you know it. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So the ending of these cycles is really about like this full moon wants us to see and wants us to realize how if you don't end a certain cycle in your life, a new one cannot begin. It simply cannot begin. Why? Because you have to make energetic space. I talk about energetic space on this channel several times because every single one of us is a container, right? We all have a certain capacity within us, and only to that capacity. And once that capacity is full, is what you can carry. That's it. There's nothing beyond that. So if there are things in your energy field, certain energies, certain vibrations that are of a lower vibrational nature, then those things are going to prevent, because they're holding space, because they're taking up space within your field, they're going to prevent other things from coming into your life. And this could be, like I said, work related or relationship related. And it won't allow those things to come into your life because you don't have the capacity for it. You're not able to invite it in and allow it in. So this full moon lunar eclipse is asking you to become really starkly aware of what you are holding space for that doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve you in a really significant way, and you know that. As a matter of fact, it's not just about what is not serving us, but it's about the things that are actually draining us. So what is draining your energy and draining your power and perhaps has a hold over you or has power over you? Those are the things that are needing to be identified and needing to be really honestly looked at so that you can make space for that new thing to come into your life. So this is about having the courage to be different, to be yourself, to be authentic. Uh, some confirmation on that one, huge. So it's really, really necessary for you to switch something up at this time. For all of us, we all have something that we need to change, that we know we've been repeating and we've been stuck in a cycle with, and it has to go. It just has to leave your life at this time. And it really could be a relationship. It could be a person that you're not happy with. It could be a loveless marriage. It could be just a partnership that doesn't have reciprocated love, where maybe you're someone that has a huge heart, and you give all the time, and you love open-heartedly, but then you get nothing back from your partner, perhaps. Those are the kind of things that just have to go. I don't give a shit if you've been married 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you've been willing to put up with that. At some point, I'm sure you recognized that there was a key ingredient missing in this connection, and that is love. It is pure unconditional love. And perhaps the main thing that was missing was that unconditional love for yourself, first and foremost, because you got to be able to love yourself to recognize what isn't making you happy, and being willing to break somebody else's heart, if you're even breaking their heart, but just giving them the truth and telling them, like, listen, this doesn't work for me. I can't do this anymore. Right? So you have to be able to find that courage within yourself. And this lunar eclipse is giving us strength. It is giving us courage to be willing to go and say what we need to say and be honest, and just let that person know, if you're with somebody and you're not happy, that, hey, I'm not happy. Like, this isn't working for me, right? So this is about letting go of people who don't elevate you, okay? People, I'm talking friends, coworkers, family members, partners, whoever, that are not elevating you, that you feel are constantly draining you, or you particularly feel tired around them, or you're always feeling drained when you hang out with them. Those are the people that are now needing to leave your life. They have to go, and there has to be a certain element of separation that happens, and it has to be by choice. So if they are family members, then perhaps you can just choose to significantly reduce the amount of time that you spend with them, that you talk to them, and just really pull your energy right back. It's okay that we don't all align, okay, with family members. Most people actually don't align with their family members. A lot of people don't see eye to eye, and a lot of people just are at completely different frequencies when it comes to their family. And, I say to people all the time, like, sometimes the best family you can have are complete strangers, are people that don't require you to be in any other way other than authentic, right? And those are the people that are real family. Those are the people that you want to spend time with, that will elevate you, because they just allow you to be you, and they have no expectations, and their love is not conditional. It's not, I will love you if you do XYZ for me. That is conditional love. That's the kind of shit that doesn't work. That is the thing that, that's that love ingredient missing from that connection. Love doesn't have conditions upon it. It is unconditional. At least it's supposed to be. And that's how we're supposed to live in this world and exist, and we're supposed to really reciprocate that for each other. And I'm not saying everyone should be everyone's cup of tea. No, we're not going to be, and that's okay. But there are people that you can connect with. There are people who are like you, who are looking for people like you, where they can share authenticity and they can be themselves. So this is also like, find your tribe, find your people, find the person, whoever, find the relationship, actively seek, and make space, clear out the things that are in the way of that are preventing you from experiencing that, so that you can have that and experience it, and it can be there in the flesh with you. So this is also about, like, you may have to also let go of refusing to see things in a new way. Where are you being stuck, and where are you being stubborn when it comes to your perspective? Do you have like some kind of a stubborn mindset that isn't serving you, where you're just insisting on holding on to something, or holding on to a certain belief, and you won't budge from that belief? Well, today is the day, or tomorrow is the day, to ask yourself, does that belief serve me? Is it in alignment with me? Is it what I truly want to believe? Is that what my heart believes? Or is it just something that my mind believes, my ego? So it's also evaluating whether you're in mental energy and in your ego energy, or whether you're in the heart space. Because When you decide and when you make decisions from your heart, that is pure love. You are making a decision from love. So having a flexible approach with letting go is going to be very helpful and very important at this time. It's letting go of what doesn't serve you, and you know it, and you are aware of it, and you've been aware of it for quite some time. That's what it's time to let go of. So what's blocking you from moving any further on your journey at this point? And you will know what it is. I don't need to tell you. You are going to know what it is. So can you let that go? Are you willing to let it go? Can you make space, energetic space, to allow something else in instead of that stagnating energy that has been stuck with you for a really long period of time? What have you done in the same way over and over that hasn't moved you forward? What needs a switch up? Is it your daily routine? Is it, what time you go to bed at? Is it what you eat? Like, what is it that you're doing that is the same over and over and it doesn't serve you? And it just kind of keeps you on this loop, this treadmill of endless same. Are you ready to let that go? Are you willing to let that go? Are you willing to switch out, do something different, walk a different route, start running, start exercising, start eating better, start fucking fill in the blank, whatever? What needs to change? That is the question right now. Now, this eclipse energy it's also meeting us, or is showing us what we've done the same way that we now need to change to get out of stagnation. So what's been stagnating? Has it been a relationship that's been stagnating in your life? What area of your life? So just kind of look at all the different areas of your life and try to identify what has been stagnating. Is it relationships? Is it friendships? Is it work? Is it health? Is it your social life? What is stagnating? Identify it, look at it, be real about it with yourself, journal about it if you need to, write it down on a sheet of paper, and burn that shit. This is a really good time to do that. Do a burn ritual because it's still a full moon. Yes, there's a lunar eclipse with it, but it's still a full moon. So I'm going to do my burn ritual, God willing, and if there isn't any wind, I'm most definitely going to have a burn ritual and just write some things down that I'm also ready to shift in my own life, and stagnation that I'm done with, that I just don't want to keep repeating any longer. And there's quite a few things for me to put on my list. Now, there is also an awareness about your energetic container. Remember, I talked about the container earlier, about how you only have a certain capacity and there's only so much that you can carry within yourself and carry within your energy field. And if that energy field is full with a bunch of stuff that doesn't serve you, with negative thoughts and disproportionate mindsets, and skewed perception, if it's filled with fear and anxiety, if it's filled with a bunch of stagnating energy because you don't know how to clear your energy field, this would be a great time to learn how to do that. This would be an excellent time to start taking a salt bath, on a weekly basis, for example, or do forest bathing, go into the forest and if you can, and drive there if you have to, but get it out into nature and spend time in nature. I spent 2 hours in the forest today just to clear my energy, to ground, to anchor in the light, to clear my energy. Actually, I sat under a huge maple tree and I sat there asking this maple tree to help ground me and to release any stagnation and to sort of pull that away and pull that out of me. My whole body was buzzing. It was incredible. So there are tools, there are things that you can do that are not complicated, that are easy enough and will allow you to raise your vibration, to move to a higher level, to move to a higher timeline. Our vibration determines our timeline, always. So, like I said, where do you feel stagnation within your own energy field? And what are you willing to do about that? To release it, to let it go, to open up more space, to allow more into your life. What is draining you? What doesn't belong in your future? And you know it doesn't belong in your future. Because anyone that wants to have a good future, anyone that is desiring to experience happiness and fulfillment, is not going to want to take past baggage with them into their future. It doesn't belong there. That past baggage doesn't resonate with the new energy, the newness of everything that is here, that is available, this new cycle that is available for us to begin. Anything from the past cannot be carried forward into it, into the future, because it doesn't belong. So the eclipse wants to eclipse something or someone out of your life that stagnates you, that is holding you back, that is keeping you unhappy. What is it? Who is it? Ask yourself, or you already know. I think you already know. We're also being actually given the strength and the resilience and the energy to do that. So we're being gifted, we're being granted this energy of release at this time. So you can use that to your advantage so that you can end stagnation and let go of that something or that someone that you feel is holding you back at this time. Relationships and community energy is also amplified, which is asking us to get real with our own self-care and self-nurturing. So, can you stop people pleasing? Have you identified that you are always trying to people please? And have you identified that you only want to people please because you're afraid that you won't be loved if you don't? That is programming from your childhood or from your past. And that programming is based upon or has ingrained within it a lack of unconditional love. So anybody that is people pleasing, they do that because they're afraid of not getting love from that person if they don't do what that person wants them to do, or if they don't say what they want them to say, or act the way they want them to act, you know. But that's conditional love. That's not real. That's fake. It's not deep either. So stop the people pleasing and focus on loving yourself and learn the balance of give and take. And give and take energy is very, very much in this eclipse energy right now. I can really feel that because the give and take has to be equal. So again, with the earth sign, and then because, like, I know we're in Scorpio now, but we just had the first eclipse in Libra, which was all about equality and bringing that equality in the relationships. And because the two eclipses were bracketing us and we were in between in the energy of the two eclipses, the first eclipse is still playing out, right? This is just closing the cycle. This is the second bracket. The first eclipse we had on October the 14th, the solar eclipse, was the first bracket, the first opening. This is the second. So it's like now we are completing a cycle, an eclipse cycle, where something is completely getting eclipsed out of our lives. So relationships where you are always giving but don't really get anything back are relationships where the main ingredient is actually missing. So, and that main ingredient would be love, pure unconditional love. So those relationships are not sustainable. I've been saying for like years now that fake relationships are falling apart and all these artificial and relationships that have been built on very rocky foundations, very weak foundations. So they were built on materialism or, personal benefit or personal gain, where it wasn't like, I see this where people will marry other people not because they love them, but because they're settling, or because they think that that's all they deserve, or because there's some kind of a financial benefit to marrying that person. So it's like for all the wrong reasons, basically. And those are the relationships that are crumbling, that are falling apart. And I'm smiling because I'm happy. I'm happy that those relationships are falling apart, because in reality, neither party is actually happy. They both pretend to be, but no one is truly liberated and fulfilled and happy in those types of connections. So it's time for those to go altogether. It's about darn time. So where you're always giving and not getting back what you're putting in, at least to the level of what you're putting in, gone. Those have to go. So reallocate your energy and put it into something or someone where love is not missing, but is actually reciprocated and multiplied. So the equal give and take has to be the foundation of any relationship now, and nothing else will do. Nothing less will do. You may be a very loving person with a lot of love to give and share, but not everyone and not everything will give back to you what you are giving to them. And that's the other thing to evaluate right now and to keep in mind. Where are you giving more than what you're getting back? And do you feel seen, heard, and appreciated within the connections that you have? Do you feel honored and respected within those connections? Because if you do, then that's wonderful. Then you're in a good relationship. But when you don't have those things, then the foundation is missing, which is love. So you might actually be feeling ready to let some people, some friends, some lovers, even some communities and people that you follow on social media go. And just a quick side note here on the social media following. I was recently getting this message that it's really important for people to revamp like who they follow online. So start following people that are either into the things that you're into, or follow people that are like at a higher plateau where you are also trying to get to. So, if you're a bit out of shape right now, but you want to get in shape, then start following people that have like workout videos, or that are, in better shape than you. Like, follow people that are going to motivate you to become the best version of yourself. And unfollow anybody that is pretentious, that is fake, that is posing, that edits their pictures, that, does all this shady shit behind the scenes just so that they can have the followers and the likes and the whatever else. Pretentious and fake is out the window. It's like the veil's falling anyway. We're seeing truth more and more now. You can't hide it. It is exponentially exploding globally. I can see it, how truth is rising and the veil is falling. So recalibrate, reevaluate who you follow, how they make you feel. If they make you feel like shit and you feel like crap about yourself when you're following somebody, because all that person posts is like the perfection of their life, and they don't post anything that is real or authentic, and they don't post any of the normal sort of day-to-day stuff where they're not glamorized, then those people are not the people to follow. So there's a huge undertone of authenticity with this eclipse, where there's this big need for many of us, for humanity to step up and to be more authentic and to be in your authenticity as much as possible. Because that authenticity is what will be reciprocated, and it's like it can spread like wildfire. If one person is authentic, it helps another to relax, they become more authentic, and then it just kind of snowballs from there, right? It's like every life we touch, we have an effect on other people. So how you show up on a regular basis affects other people. So just keep that in mind. When you're ready to have that talk with the person perhaps that you're not happy with, or where you feel like the relationship isn't going anywhere, when you're ready to have that talk, I just want to suggest here to be very diplomatic. Okay, so don't burn bridges, don't go crazy, do not allow them to trigger you in any way, shape, or form. And they're going to try, because usually people like that are very much in their ego, and they will have a difficult time accepting your truth, and they will have a difficult time accepting the rejection, right? Or just you not wanting to continue the journey with them. And that's okay. But I'm just going to really, really encourage you to stay in your lane. Don't get triggered. Don't allow people to piss you off right now. Don't allow them to trigger to the point where you're going to say stuff that you're going to regret later, because this isn't what this is about. It's just how to most diplomatically let go of things that don't serve. And it's not about blaming either. So I just want to really emphasize that this is, when you're letting something go or letting someone go, it's not about blaming that thing or that person for anything. It's not about pointing the finger. It's just simply acknowledging that you have changed and that you're different, and that you need to now move in the direction of the difference that you are feeling within yourself. So don't get angry. Don't let them piss you off. Just say your piece and leave. If you feel confused about what to do at this time, then give yourself some time and some space to figure that out. Because right now, like, if you just might be feeling really overwhelmed with this feeling or this energy of like, shit, like, I know I got to let this go, or I know I have to just make this change, but I'm nervous, I have anxiety, I don't really know what to say, blah, blah, blah. So if you're in that energy, just give yourself a little space, breathe, relax, go back into yourself, and just allow yourself to calm down. And this is why I was in the forest for 2 hours today. It really helped to calm me down. And then once I was calm, then I was able to really get clarity on what to do, how to move forward. Okay. And just the one last thing I want to say here to close is keep in mind that if we want to move forward in life, we really need to surround ourselves with the right people, people that are going to support us, people that see our truth, see our value, who don't want to change us, who can love unconditionally, or who can accept us, and people that are also, doing better than you in some way. So people that you look up to, those are the people to follow. Those are the people to be around. Allow yourself to really plug in to the energy of success for yourself, for your life, and allow yourself to just go for it. So the only way that you can be the best version of yourself is when you surround yourself with that type of energy that feels like will bring forth the best version of yourself. So that is my lunar eclipse message for this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and for watching. And just a quick shout out here. There's about 30 people left, or I'm like 30 people away, 30 subscribers away from reaching 1,000. So hit that subscribe button and hit a like on your way out, and put divine love into the comments down below, and you will have an opportunity to potentially win a 1-hour coaching session with me for absolutely free. This is my way of giving back to you guys. I'm giving 3 1-hour sessions away. So if you can do that for me, I really, truly appreciate it. Let me get to that 1,000 for this full moon, and I will see you guys in the next video. Blessings to all of you, and I bless you with the courage and the faith to move forward. Take care.